Hi, it's Nell. I have my Felcos, my Fiskers, I have my loppers over there, and I have an apron on, so must mean one thing. It's time to prune outdoors here in the garden. And I live in an extremely quiet neighborhood, but there's some construction action going on over there with a truck beeping up noise, so hopefully it's not going to be too distracting. But anyway, what I'm going to be pruning today, it is towards mid-April. It is mid-April. It's not towards mid-April. Is some of my succulents outdoors here in the Arizona desert that got hit this winter by some cold temperatures. We had, I can't remember if it was 2 or 3 evenings where it was around 26 to 28, and these were not covered. So they got some damage, and I'm going to be pruning them, and I thought you might want to see what I do. So I'm not going to show you all of the pruning I do. I'm just going to explain each one because otherwise it's going to be too long and probably too boring, and your succulents may not be the same form as mine anyway. So I'm just going to give you the basic principles of it all and go from there. But if you have succulents that have gotten hit, the most important thing is you want to wait until any further damage of cold temps have passed, because you don't want to prune them and then have them hit again. So I could have done this about a month or so ago, but you know how that goes. So I figure better late than never. We've gotten really, really warm and they want to take off. There's new growth coming back on them. So I want to get this done. So what we're going to start with is my hanging variegated elephant's food. I'll meet you over there. Hello, popping in from the future. It's about 4 weeks later. It's May 12th, I think, or 13th. And I just want to tell you what the plants I'm going to be pruning are in advance, so you know. The first is a variegated elephant's food in hanging form. Then I do a sticks on fire. And then sticks on fire, I guess you'll call a pencil cactus. It's a variety of a pencil cactus. Then I'm going to do elephant's food, the green one in a bush form. And the last one you'll see me pruning is my very large pencil cactus. And stick around until the end, because I'm going to go out and shoot clips of how the plants look now a few weeks later. Okay, thanks much. So here we are, and this one is mainly just going to be taking out all the dead stems. It's just very time consuming. They are in there, in the back, here and there. I'll sort of peel them apart. A lot of the leaves have already fallen off, so there's just all this part, and then I'll take it up a little bit. This pot is a little one-sided anyway, or half-sided, because it was hanging over there and it banged against the post, and I didn't realize it was going to do that. And then the doves nest in here up there, so it hasn't filled in. So I'll probably take a few cuttings and try and fill in this other side also. So Felcos for this, I'm just going through. Some of them are just gonna break off. It's just a matter of finding all those and breaking them off. I almost don't need the pruners for this. They are coming off. And here, there's some bare things on the inside here. So I'm just gonna selectively prune here and there. But there is new growth coming back on these stems. So you can also tell, obviously, the stem, that's obviously dead, and if you cut on one of these stems, you can see, oh yeah, there's some live growth in there. So that's the advantage of waiting a little bit, because the dead stems will actually be really dead when spring comes. comes through. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through and I am going to prune out all these. Oops. Now this one I thought was dead all the way, and there's a little bit of growth right there. So I'm just going to cut there, and that's what you have to do, is kind of weed through. So I'm going to get most of this done, and when I'm almost done, I'll turn you back on. Okay, in about 5 minutes I cleaned all the dead out, and she is not looking too bad. I also thinned out some on the inside here, because at the end of last summer this plant was so incredibly thick, so that is nice. So what I think I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some cuttings, because I want to, as I said, I want to fill in on the back, also take a little bit of this length up too, because it's just going to grow and grow and grow. So there are some main branches that have side branches off here. So like this is a gorgeous, you know, cutting here. So I'm going to take a few more of those to have, and then that way I can be on the way to filling this plant in. Crunch, crunch, it's all the dead leaves underfoot. Here are the 7 cuttings I got. So that's nice. I'm gonna let them heal over for about, what is today? Wednesday? So then on Sunday, I will get them all planted in before it gets beastly hot here. So the last thing on this is I'm just going to prune a few longer ends up. It will also encourage it to fill in up at the top also. And this grows so long anyway that I want to get it right now, and then I'll probably do it again at the end of the summer. And here is the after. Oops, I see a big fat stem in here. I don't like, see that's the thing about pruning. You prune and then you always find something, but these plants are very forgiving and they grow really fast. So if there's something that bothers you, like this looks a little weird now, but foliage will come in on it. So there we go. Looking good on plant number 1. Now on to plant number 2, which is not looking so good from the get-go, and that is the sticks on fire. So this is a variety of pencil cactus. The pencil cactus seems to be a little hardier than this because so many of these around town got really hit hard, as you can see. So really the only part that is even has something alive is down here. So what I'm going to do is get all this dead stuff out here. And where are my Velcros? I'll do the start so you can see. Oh, where am I on the screen? There I am. Hi. Okay. I'm just going to start taking some of this off, and it is dead. So as I suspected on the pencil cactus, it has a lot of new growth coming on it. Now I'm not going to cut. I'm going to see what's going on there because that is still green, but I don't think it is going to make it because this is all dead. But I can at least get this stuff all out, and then when we will come back and assess. And you see the red geranium in the background here? Well, not in the background, it's right behind it. It survived just fine because I planted this in October. This is fall, winter, spring color here. It's a blooming away. Anyway, I'm not quite sure if this is going to make it because this part down here doesn't look really fabulous, but I'm going to let it go for a bit and see what it does. When you're working with things that have been that have any kind of cold damage, the dead growth should just pull off or easily come off. That's why I always wait a little bit to see. And I think that's all I'm going to do with this. Maybe I'll spin it a little bit around and see that, if that makes it look any better. So, oops, found one more dead branch here. So that's all I'm going to do on this one. I'm going to wait and see how it comes back. If it comes back and it's okay, I'll just underplant something down here, and that'll be the solution to that. But this doesn't look too bad up here. I'm going to give everything some worm compost and compost over the weekend, so hopefully we can coax it back into life. Okay, so now I'm at the other elephant's food, which has a lot of new growth coming back on it already. So I'm just going to prune out these dead ends. And I'm also going to, oops, I was filming the gray fish hooks. There's a hanging succulent up there, and I was filming it. It's the end of the day. I was pruning it earlier in the week. So anyway, I'm going to start to just prune away at these dead ends. Just like, oh, again, they're just kind of pulling off. That one pulled off. Now I don't like it because the growth is down here, so I'm going to cut it back to where I see growth. This I'm going to cut right there. This out of the middle there. And as you can see, the back, well, as you can't see, but the back did not get hit, obviously, because that was a little bit more protected back there. All in all, our winter was very mild, but we just had that spell that got it. So I'm going to go around and get this done. Make sure before you start any pruning job, your pruners are clean and sharp. Mine are. These may not look like they are. I got these in 1998 at Berkeley Horticultural Nursery in Berkeley, and I've had them for years. I've only replaced the spring part on them. So if you're looking for a good, long-lasting pair of pruners, as you can see, one handle cover is gone, and the other one's on the way out. But hey, it just means they're well used and well loved. All right, I'm going to get back to this, and I will join you back here soon. I'm probably going to thin out a little bit of the inside in here too, and because it's in a beautiful aloe vera pot, and the pot oftentimes does not show because the plant gets so thick. So I'm going to thin out a little bit of that also. So I'm done for now in this area here. I should move out of the way so you can see. I'm done in this area here. I've opened it up a bit. Now I'm going to move over there. You can see how that is a lot denser over there. And as the season goes along, I'll see how it's filling in, if I need to take out more or if I need to reshape it a bit. That is something you can always do, but I just want to get the dead out and get a better shape on it. Right now it's all sort of funny up in here, so we'll see what's going on there. I think I'll cut this off to here, so there opens it up a bit in there, and there we go on that. Okay, so I'm going to go over and tackle that side over there. Okay, so I'm happy with this front part that you can see. The back I'm going to thin out a little bit, but I'll do that over the weekend because I have my ponytail palm here, which I need to take off a lot of the dead lower leaves here. It's just the nature of how ponytail palms grow, so I can work on this. In the back, I just wanted to get the dead out. I think I'm going to take this down a little bit because I have the height of the ponytail palm behind it. And this is a little damaged up there. So where do I want to take that down? Let's see. Let's try there. I'll start small and then we can go. I think I'm going to take it down even more. I think I'm going to take it down to about here. There. Okay. So that sets the tone for that one. There I can see the pot some more too, so I like that. Oops. I just put my hand over my microphone. That's good. Such an expert filmer I am. All right. I might thin out a little bit of the back on the sides, but otherwise, I think she's looking good. Okay, so now we're moving on to Big Bertha, and this is a pencil cactus, which emits a sap that irritates many, many people. So I am going to go in and get gloves. I'm going to get a long sleeve shirt on over this. It's never bothered me. Now the sticks on fire that I pruned, I didn't put on a shirt or gloves because most of it was dead. So I didn't feel the need to. But this one, just be careful because the sap will pour out of here like crazy. So I just want to show you some close-ups now because I'm going to have the camera back. I'm filming myself. So like right here, this goes up just about a foot or two taller. There's growth here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it right here to encourage this growth here, because this plant is now standing about probably 9 feet tall or so, and I don't need it that tall. It was just getting tall, so it's actually a pretty good it's a pretty good chance to bring this plant down a little bit. And there was so much dead on this pencil cactus, but most of it shed off, so there's not that much on it still, but what's on it that's dead I can just, break off here and there. But and then I'll get the loppers and get that done. But I'm gonna start right there, but I'm gonna go get my gloves and a shirt, and also make sure that you don't get any of the sap on your face. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this one before it pokes my cheek out. And I can just take off this right. I'm going to take this off even a bit because this is going to be about here. So I want this one to be a bit lower. So I'm just going to cut it right here, just like that. And you can see that sap coming out there. That is the stuff. Oops. That is the stuff, that white substance is the stuff that you don't want to get on yourself. But there we go. There's that one. Now this one is a bit bigger. So I'm going to pull out the loppers and I'm going to cut it across right here. There we go. Oops. Up. Get the dead branch or right in the face. That's what happens with pruning. Okay, so we got that one done down to there. We'll take that off there. So this section here is done. And I need to get up on the ladder to get that there. I got the little ladder out because I don't need the big one. So I'm eyeing this here. And I think I'm going to take it right here because all these branches are going to grow upward. There is growth up here, but I think as long as I am pruning it, I'm going to bring it down a little bit, so that brings it down about 2 to 3 feet. So now I just have to get the loppers. I don't think I need the ladder for the rest of it actually, but this part right in here, you see here, that looks good. This is the very center part of it. These two are main branches that sheltered this part here. As you can see, it's all coming back. It just got hit because it is very borderline plant here. But I brought this as a cutting from Santa Barbara. And how long have I lived here? 7.5 years, and this is the first year that it got hit. So not too bad, but it is on the way to recovery. So I'm going to clean up a little bit of this here and then work on this part over here. And then we are done with this one. All right, I'll do my best to Vanna White for you. And behind door number 1 is this pencil cactus. Okay, so it's done. I'm happy with it. Are we aiming for perfection? No, because what is perfection? Obviously, I moved these sticks on fire. I think it looks better over here. Look at how nice and green it is. In the desert, it's spring. As I said, who knows how it'll look by August, but it's beautiful. All the cacti are blooming and all that. But these are the only cuttings I'm going to save, so I'm going to take them in the house and let them heal over in a nice bright spot out of direct sunlight, and in a few days I will plant them. But the other thing I wanted to say is if you work with any kind of a euphorbia like the sticks on fire or the pencil cactus, you want to wash your pruners afterwards. I'm going to wash my loppers and my pruners because that sap is really sticky too. So I want to get that off of it. But I've been wanting to do this for a month, so it feels good to get it all done. So I want to thank you for watching. I hope you found this to be helpful. It was a little awkward in spots pruning myself, but I hope you got an idea of what I was doing. And I thank you for all your likes and your subscribes. I really appreciate them. And now let's get out in our gardens and make our worlds a more beautiful place. I thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next video. Happy spring! Bye!